I turned my garage into a home climbing gym. And I'm gonna show you the full process to make one of these. This is Rock On Dad. I'm Steven, husband, father, pastor, and this is what I do on Monday Fun Day. Here's what I have to start with. Just a standard garage. Normal stuff, normal fare. I'm gonna cover this up and make a gym here. So, step number one is gonna be to build on this wall, and I need to design something that covers this rail so it's not in the way, but leaves this available. You're gonna see how I do that here. Wherever you can, you wanna build a simple frame for your structure. You can add this in place as I've done here. Building a frame on the ground makes it so much easier to put it in place and adds a lot of sturdiness as well. I'll be doing a big frame on this side, which you'll see in just a moment. When you're dealing with the power box, you need to be very careful about where the wires run. Thankfully, all of my wires run straight up the top and into the attic. I took off the panel box here to make sure that no wires were going sideways. If any are going sideways, you need to be extremely careful about putting any screws into those studs lest you electrocute yourself. So if you have any going sideways, mark very carefully exactly where they are before you put any screws into those studs nearby. And I've got the framework built now. This is the fun part where you start to see it come together. You can certainly see how I've hidden back here my railing, so that way it's as close as possibly can be without touching the railing. It's all behind, everything comes right in front of it. One thing to point out is how I've hidden my electrical panel. You can do this as well. I've got 45-degree notches right here, and I've built a piece that has 45-degree notches on the back as well. You see that right there? And so that's gonna just pop right into place. It's hard to do it with one hand. Pop right into place and sit right there, and you won't even know that there's a whatever that thing's called, the electrical box. You won't even know it's there. All right, let's go drill some holes into our plywood, and let's put our plywood up. I've already pre-drilled it, so it's just gonna go right up. But maybe I should show you how to do the plywood. You probably want to know, don't you? Let's do some plywood. Now the trick to getting holes to stay on your board is to drill holes and put T-nuts in the back of your plywood. I've got here 3/8 T-nut, standard fare. You can find these most places online. Do not buy them at Lowe's or Home Depot. They're going to way overcharge you. You want to get them on Amazon or from a rock climbing company. Now I've got a sample board here, and you need to take a 7/16 drill bit to go along with these T-nuts. Anything bigger and they'll slip out, anything smaller and they won't go in. These would be exactly 7/16. And you'll want to make some holes on your board. This obviously is an example board here. For a 4x8 piece of plywood, you want to factor about 55 to 60 T-nuts per. And you'll go ahead and drill your holes. Woo! Once you have a board full of holes, you can put your T-nut in, take your hammer, there you go, keep going. You want to be careful that your T-nut goes straight down. That way on the other side, it's not crooked and you can actually get a bolt into it. So take care to get it going straight down, or at least finish straight down. Let's put these puppies up. There's the first section. It's done, ready to go. A lot of fun putting it together. You can see how I hid my garage rail just fine, and the electrical panels hidden back there. Easy access once I get a hold on there. And now I'm ready to move on to the garage door. And I'm super tempted now to put some climbing holds on and start climbing, but I'm gonna keep my eyes on the prize. We're gonna now build the wall structure that will cover this garage. I've already cut into my ceiling. I explained how to do that on another video. You don't need to do that, especially if your ceiling's high, but mine's only 9 feet tall. So I cut into my ceiling to get some extra height. And the only way to span a garage door at the bottom is to take a long piece of wood and anchor it in to the house frame, to the garage frame. I have a 4x8 just happened to be laying around, so I'm going with that. I bet you could do just fine with a 2x8 or perhaps even a 2x6. We'll cut to a time warp. Have fun. Okay, here's the finished truss for this part of the wall. I built it on hinges down there at the bottom on top of a 4x8, which I anchored into the framing of the garage. And that way, if later I want to decrease the slope, turn it into an undercling or a roof, or make it 30 degrees or 45 degrees or something, I can do that. They'll have to figure out a system for supporting it. But right now it is a 9-foot climb into the attic, anchored by a couple of bolts, one there was one in the middle, and one there. And it's only got 4 2x4s going up, spanning 7 feet, and this is plenty strong to hold you. You don't need to have them every 16 inches like studs in a house, or even every 24 inches. These would be about 32. Do the math in my head. Yeah, these would be more than 24 inches. So this is plenty strong to hold you up. Have had no problems with this kind of a build. Let's put on the plywood. Go. Plywood is on. We are ready to put some holds and start climbing our wall. Let's go. Cannot wait. Come on. Oh.
Thanks for watching.
If you'd like to learn more about how to plan your first climbing gym, click over here. If you want to learn how to get more height in your garage and go into your attic, click here.
Please subscribe. Have a good day.